Good morning. So I always want to call you all staff. I don't know why. So if I call you staff, it is what it is, okay? So I think I'm going to start calling you all staff. So good morning, staff. Anyway, so I hope you all had an incredible weekend. And I am almost finished with all. I'm not almost finished. That's a lot. I'm halfway through my midterms, and they have been extraordinary. The quality of work has been. There's been some that haven't, but I'm not going to focus on that because they are what they are. But anyway, but overall, the majority of my students, like 99%. Did extraordinary work, and I can't thank you enough. My business communication like blew it out of the water. Like their presentations were extraordinarily incredible, professional, substance in terms of research, data, stats, information was extraordinary. I'm telling everybody because it's important, so bear with me. It's not just for business communication. Their quality of PowerPoint presentations, because business communication had to turn in a PowerPoint presentation that was a 10-slide presentation. In addition to them being extraordinarily beautiful and well thought out, and the colors were thought out and the slides were just beautiful, the quality of the substance of the information was extraordinary. The financials were incredible. I'm a financial person. I love money and I love numbers, believe it or not, even though I was never very good in math. Okay, so anyway, so I just loved it. And then there was some students that did hyperlinks. So those were really, really neat. I remember when I was taking Word and PowerPoint and all that a gazillion years ago, like 35 years ago or whatever. The hyperlinking was always so difficult, but now it was much easier. And I loved that it was incorporated into some of the links, okay, some of the PowerPoints. It was extraordinary. I think I had two or three people, two or three staff members, students that put it in. I was just so mesmerized. This is why I do what I do. I just love the quality of my students and you guys. I raised the bar. Rose is incorrect. So I raised the bar, and you guys met it. And so for those of you who have children, just model and just do the expectation that you're supposed to be doing. Just expect it, okay? And that's what the expectation is, and everybody will surpass it just like this time. The PowerPoints were extraordinary. The citations were embedded. That was really neat. I need to learn how to do that because I'm supposed to be grading you guys. So the embedding of the citations were extraordinary. I loved it. I absolutely loved and cherished my business communication. My Englishes were very different because I let you do whatever you guys wanted, and it was kind of a mix mash. And in the end, I sort of didn't like that it was sort of a mesh. But the essays were extraordinary. The songs were extraordinary. There's some of you that just gave me whatever. So I read it whatever, right? So when you give me whatever, I read it whatever, okay? And when you just sort of throw it at me, then I sort of throw it back at you, and it is what it is, okay? So anyway, but other than that, the essays were extraordinary. The music, for those of you who picked the music and the song interpretations, you did an extraordinary job, okay? There are some of you that didn't include the clips. You guys need to follow instructions, okay? And you need to be understanding that I'm a really cool teacher, because you would not have passed if you didn't follow the instructions in any other class. But I let it go, okay? Because whatever. So for those of you who followed instructions and put a clip and then did a video and all that, I just loved it. They were very profound. And I haven't gone through all of them, okay? So please be patient with me. I've only gone through 100, okay? So I still need another 100 of my students. I've gone through half of my classes. I still need 2 more, and I'll be finishing up probably tomorrow. It takes me anywhere from 4 to 6 hours to finish one class, okay? I have anywhere from 50 to 60 students, so I timed myself yesterday, so it takes me anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. So when you turn in crap and I take all this time, I'm just disappointed. But overall, I was blown away by the quality of work, and it was extraordinary. And I'm glad that you feel comfortable enough to express whatever it is that you need to express. The videos were very moving and extremely and exceptional powerful for me. Okay, exceptionally powerful for me. Because you wrote it and you you picked your song and you expressed it and you interpreted it. I had a student that not only did they interpret it, I had several students, not only did they interpret the song, but they translated the song. So that's a multi-skill, okay, in order for you to interpret it, but also in the interpretation to be able to translate it, okay, because it was either a song in Korean. You guys like that a lot, which is very interesting. And I do too. So you all have broadened my perspective in terms of that artistic and those songwriters and people that sing. And then of course I forgot my train of thought. So it was Korean and Spanish, and they were extraordinary. And I had a lot of people that, I'm just very humbled when you open your hearts up to me and you pour your soul and you say things that you would never say to anybody else, and that you trust me enough to do so. So I am humbled and I am exceptionally honored by the confidence that you all have bestowed on me. I cannot thank you enough. I get chills. And that's why I'm a teacher. So I'm so excited. I had a really good weekend because I did the essay. I graded, and I love grading. I love grading, especially those. The other stuff is sort of like, just like you guys, right? But you need to learn it, and your homework is already up. So make sure that you reference your homework, and you need to really, really read your chapters. It's important for you to read your chapters. You get the grade that you get, but you need to take away the important things about my class, and you need to read the chapters, because with teams, I sort of elaborate on whatever it is that I feel is important to the class and pertinent to whatever it is that you're studying. So please read the chapters, especially English 133. It's very important that you all read the chapters, because you need to understand your prefixes, suffixes, and your root words in order for you to be successful in your medical field, okay? So what it is, business, all of my classes are super important, okay? But so you have to make sure that you read through what you need to read through in order to get through the class and understand what it is. For business communication, you guys will forever know how to do presentations, and you all inspired me. I have something that I am pursuing, and I didn't know how to go about it, and it is through your all's presentations that gave me the idea to create a presentation myself. And based on my superb presentations, which are all of them, I sort of collaborated and I sort of did a collage of that, and I created my own presentation. And it was extraordinary because I learned from you, right? Because I saw things that I liked from you all, and I saw from presentations, and I picked and chose whatever it is that I like. And that's what life is about. And that's why these meetings and these online daily talks about daily attendance and all that is so important, because you see how other people see the world and what it is that they say and examples and how they live, and you sort of start incorporating things that you really like from other people or other places or other things that you learn daily, and you start incorporating them into your life to becoming who you are. Okay, so this is daily attendance for today. We will not have a daily attendance tomorrow. I am not going to have a collective teams. I'm not going to have teams meetings because I know that you are in midterms. So understand that we've gone through our midterms because we already had our midterms. So you have homework because we need to do something, right? And also it'll free you up so you can study for your midterms for this week. Okay, so I'm hoping to be finished by tomorrow in our midterms. I've had really good responses. Like I've had some students that their work did not upload, and they immediately, like this morning I had and you know who you are, so thank you very much. But she emailed me, immediately and said here, and she her project couldn't upload, or I wasn't able to open it. They immediately gave it to me. That's professionalism. That's skill in of itself. You all don't understand. My class sort of seems like it's really laid back, but you're developing so many skills, okay, that will help you for the rest of your life in every aspect of your life, category and section and niche in your life, professionally, emotionally, spiritually, with your family, socially, in every part. You're learning to communicate, you're learning to problem solve, you're learning to quick response. Just like I quick response with you guys and try to solve things, you guys are getting into that vibe as well. Why? Because that's the responsibility you have. If I email you, if I text you, if I bubble you, then you do the same for me. You immediately respond. So the response, the turnaround in response has been extraordinary. Remember that my bubble, I always take 1 or 2 days because I have to go into my laptop, you know, my CPU. Okay, it's not a CPU, it's my laptop, and it's cumbersome. Okay, and usually when I go into that, it's for grade because I don't have the ability in my iPad to really see the whole thing. So I like to grade, you know, in my desk, and I'll show you eventually one day. But I have 2 screens. I have my laptop, and I do this for brokerage, and I have another monitor that I have, so that way I can manipulate 2 screens and I manipulate whatever content I'm seeing. So I can't really do that in the iPad. So be mindful, and if I don't get back to you, remember that you can text me at any time and I respond immediately. Okay. So that's it. So, you know, many blessings and good luck on your midterms. Make sure that you read and you study what you're supposed to study. You know, you definitely get what you put in. So, you know, so be mindful of that, and that also reduces stress. Going back to teams, I think I just don't know how to do this. I think if you guys are up for it, please comment below. I think I will do a meditation session tomorrow, so that way you all can go through your exams and at a much calmer rate, and it'll help you to be able to breathe in and out. So if you want a meditation session for teams, I will open that up. I don't want to have a teams meeting tomorrow because you guys have midterms. We will catch up next week if that's okay with you all. The discussion board was an issue for me, okay? I put it and people were asking me, do we comment on YouTube or do we comment on the discussion board? I thought that the way I had set it up is that I put it on YouTube, but then all the comments went down to the discussion board, and they didn't, okay? So I have people at the discussion board, which I haven't responded to because I'm grading, okay, and it's forever. And then I have people at the discussion board comments on YouTube. So whatever you did, that's okay. For this next discussion board, I think I'm only going to keep it on YouTube and then just link it up to SU, but not put the option where you can comment on SU, because for me it's a harder comment. Because, you know, if you'll all notice, I sort of respond at all times for my YouTube because I have my iPad, so it's easier. For my discussion board, I have to go back into my laptop. I guess technically I couldn't, but I have trouble in the way that the SU and the screen is, okay? Because it doesn't give me like a full screen. Sort of. It's just maybe preference that I have. It's not a problem. It's just preference. So so I don't think I'm going to give it the option that it's a like sort of format of a forum of a discussion board on that. I don't know if I can get away with that. I could probably do discussion board. So you guys just go into YouTube and then comment there, and hopefully it'll come up as discussion board, and maybe I'll be okay with that, because it's 2 platforms for me and they're very hard for me to sort of manage, okay? And as I said, if you'll notice, sometimes I answer you guys like at 12 o'clock at night. So I work all the time, every day, all day, okay? And that's the only way that I can keep up. I don't nag because it is what I do, and it's a privilege for me to be a teacher. So so whatever it takes, if it takes for me to be up at 12 o'clock at night or grade till 1 o'clock, I'm going to do it, because that's what it takes, and that's what you all are requiring, and that's what you all are expecting. And I'm not going to give you less than you deserve, okay? And you shouldn't take anything that less than you deserve, but that's a whole other issue. So comment below on whatever it is that I told you to comment. I forget right now, so I don't want to confuse you. And then about the teams meeting, if you want a meditative session tomorrow for teams, okay? And I don't know how I'm going to do that, because I don't think I can put it in for like class individual. Like, I don't think I can include all the classes in. And so I'd rather have everyone in there. But if it's not, then we'll see. We could probably do 15 minutes each on meditation, or 20. So let me know if you want a meditation session tomorrow. I'll be glad to set you all up for your midterms in that way. and then we will have Teams meetings next week in order to, proceed. We will probably be having, I have to see, I don't want to scare you, but I think like finals is next week, and then I think the last week is just to catch up. So I think next week is finals, so we'll figure that out, okay? But get through your midterm before you guys freak. But I think next week for us is finals, okay? It used to be 5 weeks. I don't know if it's now. We've gone through 6, so I need to see. But I'm still on a 5-week plan, so that means that next week is going to be your finals. Don't worry about it. It's going to be easier than your midterm, so chill out, okay? But just an FYI. A discussion board, I don't know what to discuss, so if you all want to give me any discussions on discussion board, I usually think about it later, and we always get a really good discussion. Last discussion board was really amazing, so thank you so much. So I don't know, something fun and light, right? Maybe recipes. One time, like for Thanksgiving, I had like a discussion board on your favorite recipe. I was just like, I stole all your all's recipes. Because I cook and I'm a gourmet chef, not by like formal training, just by my own training. So I cook pretty good. Right now I looked at a blueberry upside down cake. It looks delicious, like delicious. So I think I'm gonna try that as soon as I finish all my grading, and then maybe send some to my son who's in Fort Worth. Maybe he'll enjoy that. He has a sweet tooth just like me, and he can't say no to any type of pastries. So anyway, so maybe we do a recipe deal and see what you all come up with. I don't know, something like that, okay? So best of luck to you for your midterms. Prepare, breathe, just chill out, calm down. Make sure that you go as best prepared as you can and study, okay? And that's really what this week is about for you guys. You guys have sort of, chapters for me, that it's nothing big, and I don't want you to spend all that much time for you, although we do need to get our homework in. But really, I want you to focus on your other classes so you can pass and do extraordinarily well, okay? So namaste, love and light. Good luck. Ciao.